So what's up, you gangsters? I just wanted to make a part 2 of the first video I did on Drew. On the first part, I mentioned a podcast that he did and about some reviews that he does, and I mentioned that he gets paid for reviews and everything. So let's just see about that. So that's the podcast I was talking about. He went on the podcast. It's called The High Cloud. I'm pretty sure that podcast is in Amsterdam. Shout out to that guy. I talked to him a little bit in the comments. And he's a nice guy. He's really trying actively to not talk any shit about Drew, which I kind of respect, even though you can kind of see that. I mean, he kind of agrees with me, but I guess whatever. So in the last video, I just talked about Drew and how he gets paid for review and how I think that's kind of shit and shady and whatever. I just wanted to make a part 2 and talk about that, and it's not going to be very long. I'm going to try to make it a bit shorter because in the first one I think I yapped a bit too much and repeated myself a bunch or whatever. So it's not going to be too long. I just have to play this. It's all about this few minutes or seconds where he says basically everything. So let's go.
Going for the good stuff.
Yeah. So in general, you would hope that most of the stuff that I buy would end up being
So here I'm talking about the reviews that he does on shorts.
good.
Yeah, definitely if you're spending money on it.
Exactly that, bro.
Definitely if you're spending money on it.
Because I think people forget as well. I spend my own money for these reviews. Obviously, sometimes I go into a coffee shop.
I've been with you now with the day we filmed the short with testing the hash, and we bought all the hash. We
and
tested.
I can't help that. Obviously, sometimes I go into a place and I want to do a review, and they might chuck me the bud or something.
Yeah.
But I can't help that.
Yes, you can. I don't even get why he says that, because I think I don't even get it. Yes, you totally can. You totally could say, no man, I want to pay for it. It's easy, take it easy, thanks. But no thank you. You know what I'm saying? You could say no. No one's forcing you. No one is putting a gun to your head saying, take this free weed. You're taking the free weed. You could pay for it. You're deciding not to. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still there.
You know what I'm saying?
They ain't gonna change my opinion on it. I think everyone knows that, and I think a lot of people go then don't you understand that if they gave you the bud for free, you're gonna have an innate bias? No, maybe you would.
Yeah.
But me personally, no.
And that's what I don't get. You know what I mean? Because he's like, no, you would, but not me. What? So let's just hear that again.
Innate bias? No, maybe you would.
Yeah.
But me personally, no. I don't.
So I don't know if Drew understands how that works, but that is a real thing. That is a real bias, and it's a real thing. It's a real psychological thing that happens, and everyone has that, and you're not an exception to it. You know what I'm saying? You're not an exception to that kind of bias. And yes, and when people give you stuff for free, or when you get paid for stuff, you have a bias towards that stuff, and that's just how it is. That's just how the brain works, and that your brain is the same as all of us. You know what I'm saying? Not completely, of course, because we're all different, but in that regard, that's something that we just all have. I don't think he's aware of that, and maybe he actually thinks that he can just be like, nah, I don't have any bias, and I've been doing this for long enough or whatever. It's not a question of how long he's been doing it. It's just a question that you're gonna have a bias, and that's it. And I think he needs to understand that, because you're gonna see.
Doing it for long enough, and you don't care about
I just
them
don't care.
giving you a bud, because
Bro,
anyone
what's
could give you
way
a
more
fucking
important?
bud,
Exactly
whatever.
that, bro. A bud doesn't pay my fucking bills, so
No,
why would that
exactly.
change anything?
You know?
And
Yeah.
not only that, what's more important to me is that I have credibility than the shop liking me. If I try and make it so the shop likes me for one nug for no reason, then I say that this thing is good just because they gave it to me, and then everyone comes in and they say shit.
Yeah.
Anyone who comes in
Your
and they say it's
credibility
shit,
is
bro, I'm
fucked.
losing them as a
Yeah.
subscriber. They ain't ever watching a video ever again.
Yeah. That's why you said in the other podcast you did recently that when you pay for a review, you pay for the exposure, and you don't pay for a positive review.
Yeah. So so I do bookings for YouTube Shorts.
All right, so and here's the here's the part that I want to get into.
But like, you know, if you want to get your product getting a review, but it's not an advertisement, it's not promo, it's not nothing. I'm not even gonna shout out your Instagram. I'm not gonna do none of that shit.
It's just,
like, it's just
I got this here.
it's
I'm
ex-
Drew, like that's promo, man. That's literally, and you're literally. Sorry, kind of losing my mind over this. It's like I don't know what he thinks he's doing, but he's getting paid to put a product on his platform to put it out there on his viewers. That's promotion. That's literally. It's not that it's, you know, I think he thinks that it's not promotion because he's like, go buy it, go do this, go do that. No, but you're still putting it out there and you're still showing it. That's like the exact definition of advertisement. You pay someone to show people your product, and that's it. They do that. Like on YouTube, there's a ton of companies that do this, not just weed companies, but I don't know, like PC hardware companies, microphone companies, phone companies. They'll send you their shit to review it. You know what I'm saying? And that's a sponsor. That's an ad, basically.
it's exposure for your brand to skip the
Exposure for the brand. Yeah, you give exposure in exchange for money. I mean, it's pretty much like a billboard, right? Like your YouTube shorts are pretty much a billboard for weed. That's exactly what it is. So it is completely and entirely advertisement. That's it.
queue, basically.
But yeah, I just want to talk about it and just kind of expose that. Yeah, Drew is doing just undisclosed ads that he thinks are not ads. He seems to think that when people give him stuff for free and they make him not pay for the weed, he's like invincible towards that kind of bias, which is just like, I'm sorry, but it's not the case. And yeah, he seems to think all sorts of kind of weird stuff, and I think I don't know, bro, just get down from that a bit, just get back to reality. You're like us, alright? You're doing advertisement for people. Your shorts are literally an ad page, literally a billboard for people. It's literally an ad. That's what you're doing. You're pretty much an advertisement company at this point, and you are biased when people give you stuff for free, and because you take a lot of stuff free. From what I've heard from sources, that people that I know who work in coffee shop in Amsterdam, apparently, yeah, he takes a lot of shit for free in coffee shops, and he's really not gonna force to pay if people give him stuff for free, if you know what I mean. So yeah, seems a little dodgy in my opinion. I think he should be a bit I don't know, it's just morally it seems kind of dodgy. Just maybe just pay for your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you probably have the money for it, and I don't know, if you don't, then disclose that they gave you for free or whatever, because in most videos he never disclosed that people gave him for free or that he got this and that for free or whatever. He started to do it kind of recently in some shorts. I think I've heard him say that like at least one time, but I don't know, it's just kind of weird. So yeah, it just seems like the dude maybe has like an ego thing, and he thinks that he's like invincible towards bias like that, and he thinks that what he's doing is not advertisement, it's totally advertisement. I'm sorry, man, that's what it is. So yeah, I just wanted to say that, and yeah, that's all I had to say. I think I've made my point clear once again, and yeah, stay healthy, stay good, stay high, everybody.